What's up, everybody? What's going on? SKG here, Super King Adore, and I'm finally getting to my Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath review. And I do apologize that it is so late, but I have been enjoying a game called Ark Survival Evolved that you may or may not know. And I'll get more into that later, as I don't know if I'm ever going to feature it on the channel. It's just something I'm enjoying for me. But yeah. So before I even get started on this review, I'm just going to say, if you have not seen Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath yet and you don't want to be spoiled, then you might want to click off this video. If you do not mind hearing how my thoughts on how the story went and just some tidbits from the story and all that, then you're in luck. So we finna let the intro play and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so right off the bat, Mortal Kombat 11's Aftermath storyline gives us great fighting, I like to say stunning visuals, and a sort of a kind of confusing plot. But let's just run it down real fast. So it goes like this: Liu Kang defeats Kronika. Shang Tsung stops Liu Kang from making a mistake. They go back in time and make mistakes. They decide they need Sindel. They find Sindel. They revive Sindel. They need Kronika's crown. They find Kronika's crown. Jackson Noob find them. They beat Jackson Noob. Sindel gets tentacle hentai. Cetrion gets defeated. Kronika comes for the crown. Kronika gets gangbanged. Sindel turns out to be a traitor. Katana is defeated and Liu Kang gets cucked. Shang Tsung betrays Raiden and Fujin. Surprise, surprise. Shang Tsung betrays Shao Kahn and not Sindel. Surprise, surprise. Shang Tsung defeats Kronika. Liu Kang comes from the future and surprises Shang Tsung, telling him it was all his idea. And from there, you pick an ending between Liu Kang or Shang Tsung on who wins. Now, this story, at least with the ending, has a very kind of Injustice 2 feel to it, and I like it. But I like the overall story because the villains get to showcase their strength. You know, they get to strut their stuff. Also, press F in the comments for Kodokan. He gets cucked a lot. But as far as like the beginning, how the story most starts off, is kind of confusing because they have to go back into the past, but they are in the past basically from where they start at, and it's kind of a hard thing to wrap my brain around on how they try to rationalize it. But then again, time travel is a cornucopia of disturbing concepts. Okay, so first off, can we just give a round of applause to my man Shang Tsung, man? If y'all have been paying attention to that story mode, man, he was one of the most smug MFers in the whole story, man. It didn't matter if it was looking bad or even getting kind of worse. He kept a smile on his face throughout most of that whole story. I don't know how long he been cooking up that plan in the void, but whenever it needed to be tweaked, he did that. He tweaked that. But speaking of characters, and the whole part of the review I really want to get into is the fact that they could have fixed two characters and they didn't. The first is Sindel. I thought they was going to fix her character because everybody didn't like the retcon that they had established with her, especially when they gave us this.
Where is me, Katana. Your mother.
I want to feel joy, but all I feel is... I was only a child when you... How could you kill yourself? Why did you abandon me?
I did neither, Katana. After being forced to wed Shao Kahn, I ran afoul of Quan Chi. He accused me of distracting Shao Kahn. Then the miscreant murdered me and staged my death as a suicide.
As I had always suspected.
But all this time? Everything I've been told about you, it's all lies? What can I trust?
Trust that I loved your father, Jared. Trust that I love you.
No, Mother.
Only for it to not be the case, for it to be exactly what they intended it to be. So much wasted potential there. I guess they're trying to say there is someone out there for everybody. I guess even ugly dudes like Shao Keezy gotta get a W in the women department or something like that, I guess, right? But I was just so disappointed with that. The other, though, was Cetrion. I was really hoping that Cetrion, being the goddess of virtue, would actually come to her senses in this story mode. Like, I was thinking maybe Fujin or Nightwolf would talk to her, like talk some sense into her, or something like that. Because in the main storyline, Cetrion had a problem with her mom's plan, and it showed. Like right before she basically gave her life force to Kronika to help her power the hourglass. Like, it showed that she had a problem with it, because as a virtue of everything good and light and all that, of course she had some discrepancies with her mother's plan, but she went along with it because it's her mother. And to see that she followed that to exact T here was a wasted character potential. Like, they could have kept the majority of the plot the same, but it would have been nice to see Cetrion come to her senses, join the good guys fight, and still lose to Shang Tsung, because this was Shang Tsung's story. Whether you like him or hate him, this was Shang Tsung's story. It was all about him, and I loved it. Overall, though, the story is pretty good. You got the two endings. Liu Kang's ending, it goes into him meeting the great Kung Lao. Now, I honestly thought it was regular Kung Lao, because he had said when he met him that you're more humble than the Kung Lao I know. But apparently it's supposed to be the great Kung Lao. And even if so, that's kind of cool, because that means we might get a story in the next game following the events of the great Kung Lao, like watching him rise to be the great Kung Lao, you know? And if you did Shang Tsung's ending, you got the generic bad guys taking over the realms ending. You know, it was so lackluster for all the build up and whatnot you went through with Shang Tsung in this story, and it just for it to end like that. Is macabre the right word? It was very macabre. Like, I was expecting more out of that ending, because Shang Tsung, man, if you know Shang Tsung, he's a very devious guy, and I felt like even if that was the end result that he wanted to rule, it should have fitted him more. I don't think it really fitted him. It doesn't make him seem no different than Shao Kahn, honestly, in what was trying to be achieved or done. But yeah, people, this has been my little small take on Mortal Kombat 11's story review. It's a really good story. If you can ignore some of the little plot, the plot in there is regarding Liu Kang and Fire God Liu Kang, then yeah, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But thanks for watching. Thanks for checking this out. It's been Super King Ghidorah, and I'll be seeing you all later.